by supporting these awards, not only do you recognize and pay tribute to the fascinating works of our talented finalists, but you've also joined the movement to create a world free of multiple sclerosis. And I'm proud to say that this event, since its inception, has raised over $1.5 million for the fight against MS. So thank you. In his acclaimed memoir, Blindsided, as well as his most recent book, Strong at the Broken Places, that chronicles the lives of 5 individuals trapped in the complex world of chronic illness. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming last year's winner of the MS Awareness Award, Richard Cohen.
It's really a privilege to be here. I have always left here, and Meredith has always left here, feeling unusually inspired by the stories we've heard. These are real people, real stories. People don't know what it's like to live with a chronic illness. People don't understand that every day you get up and you put one foot in front of the other and you make it through another day.
Authors in the inspirational memoir category looked into their own lives to find sources of inspiration. And the winner is Randy Pausch with Jeffrey Zaslow for the last lecture from Hyperion.
People ask why Randy touched so many people when they watched the video online, and I think because it was authentic. It was a guy saying to his work family, his students and his colleagues, make a better life. Here's how I did it, and go on without me and do great things. And he was saying, I love you also.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank the folks at Hyperion, especially Bob Miller and Will Balliet, who worked so hard to bring Randy's book to life, and to Ellen Archer, who keeps his legacy alive. Thank you very much.
The books nominated in the motivational category are how-to books that help us cope with a wide spectrum of life's challenges. And the winner is Daniel Gottlieb for Learning from the Heart from Sterling Publishing Company.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This book started to be written unbeknownst to me about 30 years ago when I first had my accident. Sure, I suffered with the paralysis, but the greatest pain I felt was the alienation when people talked to me differently and looked at me differently, or worse, didn't look at me at all. Made me wonder, what does it mean to be human, and am I still one of them? And I desperately began to explore what it means to be human. How do we love? What draws us to love? What draws us away from it? How do we manage our fears and our insecurities? Why is it we all need intimacy? We almost all fear intimacy.
Our next category is the Child Care and Parenting Award. And the winner is Peg Tyre for The Trouble with Boys from the Crown Publishing Group.
Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be recognized here today and to have my book recognized. I wrote this book because I wanted to call attention to what I saw as a disturbing trend, the underachievement of boys. And I wrote it to be useful to parents, to smart, empowered parents, and our terrific teachers who wanted to find a way to help our underachieving boys without hurting our wonderful girls.
And now I'm pleased to introduce the finalists for our new audiobook category. And the winner is Thomas L. Friedman for A Hot, Flat, and Crowded from Macmillan Audio. And now, please welcome the 2005 winner of the Books for Better Life Wellness Award and author of Happy at Last, The Thinking Person's Guide to Finding Love, Dr. Richard O'Connor.
Now, it's not that long ago that I was in the audience myself as a wellness finalist, so it gives me great joy to present this year's roster of talented writers in the wellness category. And the winner is Michael Pollan for In Defense of Food, Penguin Press.
The story is a very simple one about a complex subject. We do know that the Western diet that most of us eat, this diet of heavily processed food, is bad for our health and contributes to all sorts of chronic diseases. The challenge is, how do you get off it? and I tried to boil it all down to a few simple rules. And really it came down to the 7 words that are blazoned on the cover of this book. Eat food, not too much, mostly plants.
The first book category was established to honor a first-time author of self-improvement books, regardless of category. The winner is Kelly Corrigan for the middle place, Hyperion Voice.
I guess all I want to say is that when I was growing up, I heard 2 things. From my father, who the book is mostly about, I heard, Lovey, you're so creative. You're a very creative gal. And from my mother, I heard, make yourself useful. And I feel like, thanks to you all, that I made myself useful by being very creative.
Now let's move on to books that involve how the mind works. And the winner is Jill Bolt Taylor for My Stroke of Insight, a Viking.
I have to tell you what a thrill it is for me, because in my heart, in my mind, to go from being a brain scientist at Harvard one day to having lost my left hemisphere, my left cognitive mind, capable of understanding and relating to the external world, to a place where I was so detached from normal reality with really no hope that I would ever be able to recover, to be able to recover. My motivation to write this book was because so many people came to me and said, why did you recover? What did you do? And I believed that because I had been a brain scientist, I had an understanding of my cells and my body and what it needed, how to nurture them, how to treat them so that they could become well again.
Tonight, I have the great honor of presenting the Ardath Rodale Hall of Fame Award to both a friend and a colleague. This award is bestowed each year to a dedicated and committed member of the publishing industry that has significantly contributed to the advancement of the self-improvement genre for over 5 years. It is my honor and privilege to welcome my friend, Bob Miller.
The most exciting thing for me in this whole business is the collaborative nature of what we do. It's a very intense beehive, book publishing, as I think all of you know. And that's really what has driven me.
This year, the Books for the Better Life Awards introduced the Green category, created for works that inspire us to reduce our impact on the planet and live a greener, better life. And the Green winner is Jenna Wogenrich for Made from Scratch from Story Publishing.
I wrote this book because I wanted people who weren't sure they could have a more sustainable life the chance to look into their own situation and make that a reality. If it means a window box garden in your apartment in Brooklyn, or if it means planting an organic garden on a couple acres in Iowa, I just want to give people a chance to think about what they can do with what they have.
Our next category, relationships, and the winner is Maggie Scarf for September Songs.
Couples between 50 and 75 are what gerontologists call the young old, and couples 75 and older are in the old category. Well, I decided to focus on the 50 to 75 because, as you may know, they are a new group in this generation.
Our next category honors books that nourish the soul, help readers develop inner peace, and examine the many facets of faith. And the winner is Jack Cornfield for The Wise Heart.
The Ardath Rodale Hall of Fame was created to honor those industry executives and authors who have, for more than 5 years, substantially contributed to the category of self-improvement books, Dr. Michael Roizen and Dr. Mehmet Oz.
We want this Lifetime Achievement Award
to really be about rebirth.
After all, Mehmet has a new show, as you heard.
And we have lots of new books planned.
The goal is to make the world happier.
And write a new generation of books that can lead to better health.